In the last lecture, we have to discuss about the how to find particular integral when capital X is exponential function, that is capital X is equal to e raised to ax. Now, in this lecture, we have to study the second method to find particular integral when capital X is trigonometric function, that is capital X is equal to either sin ax or cos ax. So see the second case when capital X is equal to sin ax or cos ax, where a is any constant. So if capital X is provided in this form, then see here how to find particular integral. So then particular integral is equal to, again, formula for particular integral is 1 upon f of d into capital X. Now in next step we have to put value of capital X, so that is nothing but 1 upon f of d into either sin x or cos x. For both the function, method is same. Now in next step we have to replace d square by minus a square. So f of d contains d cube, d square, d raised to 4, d like that. So there is d square, then we have to replace this d square by minus a square. So it gives 1 upon f of minus a square into sin ax as it is. So this is your required particular integral only when this denominator 1 upon f of minus a square is non-zero. That means when f of minus a square is not equal to 0. So see here, I want to revise this concept again. So first we have to write the formula for particular integral, that is 1 upon f of d into capital X. So after that we have to put capital X. There is capital X is sin x or cos x. So after that, if there is sin x or cos x, then we have to replace d square by minus a square. In exponential case, that is the first case, we have to replace d by a only. Now in that case, we have to replace d square by minus a square. So if we replace d square by minus a square, so we get here 1 upon f of minus a square sin x as it is. So this is your required particular integral only when f of minus a square is non-zero. So again, next possibility, if f of minus a square is 0, then what happen? Then we have to follow the same procedure as of the previous case. So we have to take x in numerator and take derivative of denominator, and then again replace d square by minus a square. So same procedure we have to follow here. So that is, if f of minus a square is equal to 0, then particular integral is equal to x upon f dash of minus a square into sin ax. But this is your possible pi only when f dash of minus a square is not equal to 0. On the similar way, what happens if f dash of minus a square equal to 0? Then again we have to write the pi as x square upon f dash ऐवजी. So in place of f dash, we have to write f double dash and replace the d square by minus a square again. So we get f dash of minus a square sin x or cos x. Cos x remains as it is, but this is required pi when the denominator contains non-zero term. So there is again one more possibility. Here we have to replace d square by minus a square only, not option for d. So there is possibility here we get constant, non-zero constant, then this is your required particular integral. If we get here 0, then we have to follow the procedure, take x in numerator and take derivative of denominator and again replace d square by minus a square. But if we replace d square by minus a square and denominator contains only d, then what we have to do here? Then we have to do rationalization procedure. That is, suppose 1 upon d cube plus 1 is provided to you and sin x is a capital X. So if we replace, there is d cube can be written as d square into d. and if we replace d square by minus a square, so we get here minus a square into d plus 1. So this d remains as it is. So this is non-zero term or zero term, I don't know at that time. But if we convert this d square, if we convert this d in d square, then again we have to replace this d square by minus a square. But how to convert this d in d square? So we have to do a rationalization procedure. So like that, we have to take same factor. Change the middle sign, and divide this factor and multiply this factor to the particular integral. That is, we also see here one small problem. If we get like this term d plus 3 into sine ax, in that case we have to replace, because sine ax is provided to you here, so we have to replace d square by minus a square, but d square is not here. So we have to do rationalization to convert this d in d square. So how to do rationalization? So we have to take same factor by changing the middle sign, that is d minus 3, and divide and multiply by this factor sin ax as it is. Then take multiplication of these two factors, so we get 1 upon d square minus 9 d minus 3 as it is into sin ax as it is. So this gives you a d square. So here is possibility to replace d square by minus a square. So at so using this step, we have to convert this d into this d square. So we have to use this method only when the denominator contains small d. If denominator contains non-zero term, then we have to stop here. If denominator contains 0, then we have to follow the procedure. We have to take x in numerator and we have to take derivative of denominator, and again same procedure, replace d square by minus a square, and do these terms up to we get denominator in non-zero term. And if we get denominator as non-zero, then this is your required particular. At that step, we have to stop there. So this is the procedure to find particular integral when capital X is equal to sin x or cos x. Now we see the examples depending on this method when capital X is provided to sin x or cos x. So see the first example. Solve d cube plus d square minus d minus 1 into y is equal to cos 2x. So this is given differential equation, d cube plus d square minus d minus 1 into y is equal to cos 2x. So if we observe this equation, we observe that this is of the form f of d into y is equal to capital X. Now capital X is provided to you, that is cos 2x. So this is this problem involving second method to find particular integral. So first we will find the complementary function, then we will discuss about the particular integral. So see the solution. Given differential equation is this one. So directly we have to write here the auxiliary equation is d cube plus d square minus d minus 1 equal to 0. So again this can be written as, from these two terms we will take d square to be common. So d square into d plus 1, and from these two terms we will take minus to be common. So we get here d plus 1 is equal to 0. Again d plus 1 is common. So d plus 1 is common. What remains here? Here remains d square and here remains minus 1, that is equal to 0. So we get d plus 1 equal to 0 and d square minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore d is equal to minus 1 and d square is equal to plus 1. So therefore d equal to minus 1 and d is equal to plus minus 1. So total 3 roots, we get minus 1, plus 1 and minus 1. All are the real roots, but minus 1 repeated 2 times. See here carefully. There are 3 roots, all are real, but minus 1 repeated 3 times and plus 1 is a distinct. So therefore complementary function can be written as corresponding to a real and distinct root plus 1 can be written as c1 into e raised to 1 into x plus. Now minus 1 is repeated and repeated twice, so that corresponding to that we have to write c2 plus c3x into e raised to repeated root into x. So this is your required complementary function. Now we have to find particular integral. Now see how to find particular integral when capital X is sin x or cos x. So first we have to write the formula for particular integral, that is 1 upon f of d into capital X. So what is f of d? F of d is nothing but d cube plus d square minus d minus 1, and capital X is nothing but cos 2x. Now here a is equal to 2. So in that case, when capital X is equal to cos x of sin x, replace d square by minus a square. So here replace d square by minus 4, because a is equal to 2, its square is 4, and we have to replace it by minus 4. So we get 1 upon here. If we replace d square by minus 4, we get here minus 4 into d. Here we get minus 4, this minus d, and minus 1 into cos 2x as it is. We have to replace only d square, not d. So simplifying this, we get 1 upon minus 4d minus d, that is minus 5d, and here minus 5 into cos 2x. Now minus 5 is common term, so 1 upon minus 5 into d plus 1, bracket close, into cos 2x. Now see here, if we replace d square by minus a square, finally we will get the factor d plus 1. So this is non-zero but contains d. So we have to convert this d in d square by doing rationalization. So this can be written as 1 upon minus 5 into d plus 1. So for doing rationalization, we have to take same factor by changing middle sign. So d minus 1 upon d minus 1 into cos 2x as it is. Now take the product of denominator. So this can be written as equal to 1 upon minus 5 into d plus 1 into d minus 1, that is d square minus 1 into this d minus 1 as it is into cos 2x as it is. Now again follow the same procedure, replace d square by minus a square. So that is replace d square by minus 4. So we get 1 upon minus 5 into minus 4 minus 1. Here d minus 1 as it is into cos 2x as it is. So this gives minus 5, and this minus 5 will get plus 25 into d minus 1 cos 2x as it is. Now this is non-zero term, but here is d. So separate the d minus 1 over the cos 2x. So this can be written as 1 upon 25 into bracket d into cos 2x minus 1 into cos 2x. But what is meant by d? D is a differential operator. What is meant by d? D is nothing but, we have to define d is nothing but d by dx. So d by dx of cos 2x, that means derivative of cos 2x. Are you getting my point? D of cos 2x, d means differential operator, d by dx. So that means d by dx of cos 2x, that is derivative of cos 2x. So we have to take here derivative of cos 2x, that is minus 2 times sin 2x minus cos 2x as it is. So this is your required particular integral. So therefore general solution is equal to CF plus PI, that is equal to C1 e raised to x plus C2 plus C3 x into e raised to minus x plus 1 upon 25 into bracket minus 2 into sin 2x minus cos 2x. So this is your required general solution of given differential equation. See, once again I want to revise this concept of particular integral here. First we have to write the formula for particular integral, that is 1 upon f of d into capital X. After that we have to put value of f of d as well as the value of capital X. So value of f of d is d square, d cube plus d square minus d minus 1 into capital X, that is cos 2x. So in that case, we have to replace d square by minus a square. So a is equal to 2, that's why we have to replace here by minus 4. So if we replace d square by minus a square, this d cube can be written as d square into d. This d square is replaced by minus 4, d remains as it is. This d square replaced by minus 4, this minus d and minus 1 remains as it is. Now after simplifying, we get minus 5d minus 5. So here minus 5 is common term, so taking outside minus 5, here remains only d plus 1. Now denominator contains d, so we have to convert this d in d square by taking rationalization. So that's why we have to take the same factor by changing the middle sign and divide and multiply this factor. So we get 1 upon minus 5 d square minus 1, d minus 1 as it is cos 2x. So again replacing d square by minus 4, we get 1 upon minus 5 minus 4 minus 1, this d minus 1 into cos 2x as it is. Again, so this simplifying this, we get 1 upon 25 d minus 1 into cos 2x as it is. Now this d minus 1 bracketed term, so multiply this bracket with cos 2x, so we get d of cos 2x minus cos 2x. But what is d? D means differential operator, its meaning is derivative with respect to x, so that's why we have to take derivative of cos 2x. So here we have to take derivative of cos 2x, that is nothing but minus 2 times sin 2x minus cos 2x as it is. So this is your required particular integral. Now see the next problem. Solve d raised to 4 minus 16 into y is equal to 2 times cos square x. 2 times cos square x. Now see here how to solve this problem. So in solution, the auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 minus 16 is equal to 0. So this is in the form of a square minus b square. So this can be written as d square minus 4 into d square plus 4 equal to 0. So therefore d square minus 4 equal to 0 and d square plus 4 equal to 0. That means d square is equal to 4 and d square is equal to minus 4. Now taking square root on both sides, we can write d is equal to plus minus 2 and here d is equal to plus minus 2i. So plus minus 2 is a real root and distinct, and this plus minus 2i is a complex root where alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 2. So complementary function is c1 e raised to 2 into x real root plus c2 into e raised to minus 2 is also real root plus here e raised to 0 into x, alpha is 0 na, so e raised to 0 is 1, so not necessary to write here, into cos beta, next constant is c3 into cos beta, beta is 2 into x plus c4 into sin beta, beta is 2 into x. So this is your required complementary function. See once again, here we get 4 roots because order of differential equation is 4. So plus 2 minus 2, these are the real roots and distinct, and this plus minus 2i is a complex root where alpha is 0 and beta is 2. So corresponding to real root, we have to write the complementary function this one, and corresponding to this complex root, we have to write the complementary function as this one, and we have to add together. Okay, now after that we have to find particular integral. So see here how to find particular integral. So pi is equal to, first we have to write the formula 1 upon f of d into capital X. So what is f of d? F of d is nothing but d raised to 4 minus 16. What is capital X? That is 2 times cos square x. Now here capital X is cos square x. This is not in standard form because we have to require capital X is equal to either sin ax or cos ax, not cos square sin square like that. So we have to convert this cos square in terms of cos ax or sin ax. So we know the trigonometry formula. So 1 upon d raised to 4 as it is minus 16, 2 as it is. Formula for cos square x is 1 plus cos 2x divided by 2. So this is the formula for cos square x. Now this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Now separate 1 upon d raised to 4 minus 16. on this bracket separately. So we get 1 upon d raised to 4 minus 16 into 1 plus 1 upon d raised to 4 minus 16 into cos 2x. But this 1 can be written as e raised to 0x. 1 is nothing but e raised to 0. Now, in this term, we see here 1 upon f of d into e raised to x. So, first case is here. And here 1 upon f of d cos ax. A is equal to 2 here. So, in first term, we have to use first case, and in second term, we have to use second case. So, here replace d by a. So, a is equal to 0. If we replace d by a, we get 1 upon minus 16 e raised to 0 is 1 plus. In that case, we have to replace d square by minus a square. So if we replace d square by minus a square, we can write this minus 4 into minus 4 minus 16 into cos 2x as it is. But if we observe this, minus 4 into minus 4, that is plus 16, and this minus 16, we get 0 here. That means if we replace d square by minus a square, denominator gives 0 value. So if denominator gives 0 value, then what we have to do? Then we have to take x in numerator and we have to take derivative of denominator. So this is minus 1 upon 16. If we take x in numerator and derivative of denominator is nothing but 4 times d square. 4 times d cube into cos 2x. 4 times d cube into cos 2x. Now again follow the same procedure. Replace d square by minus a square. So if we replace d square by minus a square, we get this minus 1 upon 16 as it is, this plus x upon 4 as it is. If we replace d square by minus 4, here we get minus 4 into d into cos 2x as it is. That is equal to minus 1 upon 16 minus x upon 16d into cos 2x. Now see here, here d is remains only. So this can be written as separately for your better understanding. 1 upon 16 minus x upon 16 1 upon d into cos 2x is here, cos 2x. Now think about this 1 upon d. What does it mean by 1 upon d? So I want to tell again you, d means what? D by dx, that is differential operator. So 1 upon d means what? D inverse, correct? We have to take d in numerator, we get d inverse. D inverse means what? D means derivative. D inverse means what? Derivative, inverse of derivative. So what is inverse of derivative? That is nothing but integral. Inverse of derivative is nothing but integral. So what is meaning of 1 upon d? That is nothing but d inverse, and d inverse is nothing but integral. Why integral? Because d is nothing but derivative. D inverse means inverse of derivative, and inverse of derivative is nothing but integral. You know all the things. So this can be written as minus 1 upon 16 minus x upon 16 integral of cos 2x into dx. So again minus 1 upon 16 minus x upon 16, and integral of cos 2x is sin 2x upon 2. So that is nothing but minus 1 upon 16 is common term. So here we get 1 plus sin x into sin 2x divided by 2. So this is your required particular integral. So if we add complementary function and particular integral together, we get required general solution. So see once again, think about that, how to find a particular integral for this function. Here cos square is provided to you. In that step, we have to use formula for cos square. That is 1 plus cos 2x divided by 2. Here 2 will get cancelled. After that, we have to separate this 1 upon f of d on each term, 1 and cos 2x. So here we get 1 can be written as e raised to 0x, and this cos 2x as it. Now here is exponential case and here is trigonometry case. So in exponential case, replace d by a. So replace d by 0, we get 1 upon minus 16, and in that case we have to replace d square by minus 4. So if we replace d square by minus 4, we get 0 here. That's why we have to take here x in numerator and we have to take derivative of denominator. So if we take derivative of denominator, we get 4 times d cube. After that, we have to follow the same procedure, replace d square by minus 4. So if we replace d square by minus 4, we get x upon 4 into minus 4 into d cos 2x as it is. After that, simplifying, we get x upon 16 into d cos 2x. So we have to separate for your understanding 1 upon d. 1 upon d means what? That is integral. Why integral? Because d means derivative. 1 upon d means inverse of derivative, that is nothing but integral. So we have to take here integral of cos 2x, that is nothing but sin 2x upon 2, and this is your required particular integral. Now let us see the one more problem to find particular integral when capital X is in the form of trigonometric function. Let's see the next problem. Solve d cube plus 4d into y is equal to sin 2x into cos x. Sin 2x into cos x. Now try to find out the solution. So first we have to write the auxiliary equation. So auxiliary equation is d cube plus 4d equal to 0. Now here d is a common, so taking to the outside, here d square plus 4 equal to 0, that is again d equal to 0 and d square plus 4 equal to 0. That means d equal to 0 and d square is equal to minus 4. That is d equal to 0, d is equal to plus minus 2i. So 0 is a real root and plus minus 2i is a complex root where alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 2. So corresponding to a real root, the complementary function can be written as c1 e raised to 0x, but e raised to 0x is 1, so not necessary to write here, plus, now again here e raised to alpha is 0 into x, so again e raised to 0 is 1, not necessary to write here, into c2 cos beta is 2 into x plus c3 into sin beta is 2x. So this is your required particular integral. This is your required complementary function. Now we have to find particular integral. So see how to find particular integral. So formula for particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d into capital X. So what is 1 upon f of d? F of d is nothing but d cube plus 4d into sin 2x into cos x. Now capital X is provided to you sin 2x into cos x, but in standard method or standard formula for particular integral, capital X is nothing but either sin x or cos x, not a multiplication together. So I have to separate this sin 2x and cos x separately using the trigonometric identity. So what is the identity? Sin 2x into cos x, that is sin a cos b. So using formula for sin a cos b, this can be written as 1 upon 2 into bracket sin a plus b, that is sin 3x, plus sin a minus b, that is sin x, bracket close, using the trigonometry identity formula for 2 sin a cos b, that is nothing but 1 upon 2 sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. Now here 1 by 2 is constant, so taking outside from this f of d and separate the 1 upon f of d over each term. So we can write 1 upon d cube plus 4d into sin 3x plus 1 upon d cube plus 4d into sin x. Okay. Now see here, this is in standard form, 1 upon f of d sin ax. Here again 1 upon f of d sin ax. Now we have to take replacement. So replace d square by minus a square. But in first term a is equal to 3 and in second term a is equal to 1. So if we replace d square by minus a square, so here we get 1 upon minus 9 into d plus 4 into d as it is into sin 3x as it is, plus, now here if we replace d by d square by minus a square, so we can write 1 upon minus d plus 4d as it is into sin x as it is, bracket close. So taking replacement of corresponding d square, so in first term we have to replace d square by minus 9, and in second term we have to replace d square by minus 1. Now simplifying this, we get 1 upon 2 into bracket 1 upon minus 9d plus 4d, that is minus 5d into sin 3x as it is, plus this minus d plus 4d, that is 3d into sin x. Now here 1 upon 2 as it is, in bracket minus 1 upon 5 as it is. This 1 upon d means what? Integral. In last column we have to see this. 1 upon d means what? Integral of sin 3x with respect to x, plus here 1 upon 3 as it is, and this 1 upon d means what? Integral. Integral of sin x with respect to x. That is close. Now taking integration, so we can write 1 upon 2 into bracket minus 1 upon 5 as it is. Integral of sin 3x is minus cos 3x upon 3 plus 1 upon 3 as it is, and integral of sin x is minus cos x, bracket close. So simplifying this, we get 1 upon 2 into bracket 1 upon 15 into cos 3x minus cos x upon 3. So this is your required particular integral. See once again, 1 upon f of d into capital X, this is formula for particular integral. After that we have to put value of f of d as well as value of capital X. But here capital X is not in standard form, either sin x or cos x. This is, for this function is multiplied together, so we have to separate this multiplicative function by using the trigonometry identity 2 times sin a cos b. So using this identity we can write as 1 upon 2 sin 3x plus sin x. Now separating 1 upon 2 is constant, that's why we have to take outside that 1 upon 2, and 1 upon f of d is multiplied with this bracket. So separating this term and applying the rule, that is d square replace d square by minus a square, we get this. Now after simplifying we get 1 upon minus 5d sin 3x as it is, and here we get 1 upon 3d sin x as it is. Now here minus 1 upon 5 is constant, it remains as it is, and 1 upon d means what? Integral. Same here, 1 upon 3 is constant and 1 upon d means integral. So in next step we have to take integral with respect to x, we get required